Hey guys, welcome back to a new vlog. Today we're going to be looking at a lot of updates that have been going on in the greenhouse, my permaculture projects, and a few other things that have been going on in the past few months that I haven't really been keeping anyone up to date on. So we're going to be going around just looking at a few different projects. We've been focusing a lot on farming. We've gotten a lot of new animals and we have a lot of exciting projects starting. So let's get right into it. So one of the things that has actually happened is I moved my yellow-eared slider turtles into this lower pond where my goldfish used to be. They just have a lot more space here. They get a lot more sun exposure, more UV light, and they've been really happy. I also actually moved out my piebald elephant ear alocasia, and it's actually in soil now. It used to be my hydroponic setup in the middle of this, but they didn't really fit in anymore, so I had to kind of move them out. I have also been propagating a lot of plants. These are all Hoya cuttings, Hoya carnosa, just a normal variety. I've been starting a lot of seeds for my permaculture projects. There's a huge variety here. Some of them are like second or third generation seeds that I harvested on site. A lot of legumes in here, pigeon peas, other types of beans to work as nitrogen fixers, and a lot of like melons and peppers. I've also been really excited lately about my carnivorous plant seeds. Most of them have grown very well. Some of them haven't really done too well. They have really slow growth rates. But my Viking Rafflesiana hybrid is doing really well. It's probably the largest picture I have at the moment on these seeds. They're still quite tiny, but it's been less than a year since they first germinated. There are a ton more nepenthes around. Some of them I had a mix up and don't actually know what they are anymore. And then I have all of these Drosera, which aren't albos or anything, but they're all seeds given to me by one of my good friends in the US, Josh's Carnivorous Plants. And he has an amazing collection. Basically every single seed he gave me germinated. Like, I have way too many. This entire tray right here is Drosera. And then that purple tray is also just filled with extra ones. So yeah, but that's something I've been very excited about as well, and I actually started germinating more seeds recently. Another one of my projects that has been doing really well is my hoophouse that I then converted into a mini greenhouse. It basically looks like a jungle in here, but literally everything in here is edible. There's tomatoes, mint, thyme, rosemary, lemon balm, several different types of legumes, peppers, lettuce, chives, medicinal plants. There's a lot of oregano in here. But yeah, the legumes in here have taken over. They've climbed up literally everything, which is what I wanted them to do. It helps actually attract pests away from other plants in here. I also planted some flowers like nasturtium to help with that as well. And I also planted some chamomile, which was doing really well for a while, but I don't know what happened. Didn't really like the climate out here. I had started inside in a grow room where I germinate a lot of seeds and start them, so they're a little bit stronger when I put them outside. But most of the things out here have done really well. Some of the tomato varieties have not. Some of them have been thriving, some of them not so much. Same with the peppers. I've been experimenting a little bit with heirloom species, and some of them just do not like the climate here. Especially a really harsh summer, because in the summer it's maybe like 85 to almost mid-90s every day here. There is a nice ocean breeze that comes across and helps with that airflow and movement of the plants, but it's really not enough. I do provide shade cloth for them, but a lot of species just can't tolerate this heat. So my next round of plants I'm focusing more on Southeast Asian species and varieties, also heirloom species, and things that are a similar equatorial level as where I am located in Costa Rica. For me, I just like to try everything, because I've had things work here that people said you can't ever grow, and I've been growing them successfully. So it's really just the amount of effort and like dedication and specialization of soil and space you give to these plants. Some of them will actually thrive for you, even if they say they might not. So another project I've been doing is I got a mini pig. His name is Nene. Come here, Nene. Come here. He is basically a dog. He is not very large at all. And basically I am going to try to start a colony of these guys, mostly for working the land. Possibly meat, but there's not much meat on the species. I will probably end up getting a meat species later on. And I have also been working on my Nubian goats. I bought two reproduction ready females, which I thought were actually pregnant when they came, but turns out that they were not. So then I went and got I got a baby male, which will be the father of the future babies, and his name is Miyagi. Miyagi isn't as tame as Nene. They live together mostly because it's a lot closer to my permaculture area than the corral, mostly because of those zones. So I can actually tame them down, because a lot of these livestock animals aren't tamed down. They're really hard to work with when they're adults, especially if it's 400-pound ram with like giant horns. So Nene and Miyagi share this enclosure. It has banana trees, guanabana, and a few other fruit species growing in here. It has a lot of room for them to dig around and forage in, and they've actually been learning some peculiar behaviors from each other. Nene didn't used to climb things like trunks and up high, and then he started copying the goat, and then the goat seems to, I don't know, he's become really good friends with the piggy, mostly because I got him when he was still with his mom, so he's kind of like a bottle baby. He was a special order from when he was born, because I wanted a male with horns, because a lot of people actually burn their horns when they're young so they don't grow. Another project that is underway is making more permaculture beds. I am turning this entire bottom area into more permaculture beds, all the way across here, and then that area up there as well. I'm going to be doing the same method as my permaculture beds up there and the hoophouse greenhouse and around it, which is a 5 to 6 layer system, starting with raw compost this time, rice husk, black dirt, and then cardboard. And I'll be letting that sit for a while I work on the levels on top of that, which will probably be hay, probably some more dirt of some sort. Hopefully I can get some humus. I'm still looking for a good source of that, or compost, and then end it with mulch. Another project I've been doing here is making more compartmentalized pastures for more pasture rotation options for our animals. And since we don't use any fungicides, herbicides, pesticides, anything chemical basically, to kill things here, we have to find alternate solutions because we are a permaculture farm. So what we do is cut everything down with a weed whacker, spray molasses mixed with water, and then we put giant pieces of black plastic over each compartment and leave it for about a month, and that basically kills everything up to half a foot at least underneath the soil. It just basically boils everything to death. And then we'll come through and we actually seed this. So basically this is the before process, and then after we seed and it grows, it will look like this. And that is a permaculture method that I've learned from local farmers when I moved here, and just a really basic principle of organic agriculture as well, of not using any sort of chemicals to get rid of pest plants in your pasture land. So that about concludes all the projects I'm working on currently. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, make sure you like and subscribe. For more frequent updates, make sure you check us out on Instagram. We post there every few days.